Hello and welcome. This is Let's Connect, and I am Rishira Ganguly. Sorry for fumbling right there. Today we are joined with Arjun Kapoor, Rakul Preet Singh, and Kashvi Nayar, the stars and director of the Netflix film Sardar Ka Grandson. Thank you for joining me in this interview. How is everyone today? And I hope you and your family are safe right now in this turbulent times.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Rishira. We're all doing well. Hope you're fine.
Thank you for having us and thank you for fumbling. It makes me feel like there are more Amriks out there.
Yes. I am completely an Amrik. I can break things, and well, it takes time repairing things as your character does as well. But I try. I try my best. So what I wanted to ask was, while starting the film, and I have watched the film and I loved it. And while watching the film, I knew what I was getting into because it is quite simple in that way. But when I got into the film, I noticed that there are so many layers that form the structure of Sardar Ka Grandson. So the film talks about the importance of family and relationships and how to kind of make strong the thread that binds people. Why do you think there was a need to tell this story through a global platform like Netflix?
Why? I mean, that I guess comes from Kashvi because she gave birth to the film in its writing sense. But without that answer, I think both of us, the actors, wouldn't exist. So I think it should come from her.
Yeah.
The why has to come from her.
The
Kash,
why is basically, I think at some point in our lives, we forget that we take family for granted. We realize that family is just there always, here for you, etc. And it's time that we kind of gave it the importance that it needs. I mean, when we started making this film or writing this film, for us, in the sense, family was more about the fact that, okay, you're going to go work, you're going to come back home, you spend that half an hour, 1 hour with family, and then, the same routine keeps going on. But somewhere down the line, while we formulated the characters of Sardar and Amrik and, Radha and everybody, we realized that at the end of the day, trying to make that community, make that one structure of a family and everything that you can do for them. I think that was something that we really wanted to speak about. So somehow, wherever said and done, Corona came into place, and we realized that family. I think at this point of time in our lives, everybody's realized that family is everything. I mean, if you don't have family right now, you really are lost and confused, etc. People who are staying away from their mother and father or family, for that matter, is kind of really yearning for them. While you're living in your house with your family, and though you're going crazy, having on top of each other's nerves right now, but at the end of the day, when you sleep, you're still going to give that hug and sleep, because right now no one knows what the hell is going to happen. So I think in that sense, the film really always wanted to speak about the emotion and the bonds that a family always, needs to share.
yes. And I think I connect with you on that families can get crazy, but I think by the end of the day, you need your family around in situations like these. Currently, the world, whatever is happening outside, I think family is that support that you can fall back on and that are going to be there. I mean, whatever may come. So, and in that way, I think Sardar Ka Grandson does a brilliant job, because I think right now this family comedy drama is the right sort of film that the world needs. It's a laughter riot too, but there is that specific moments that joins the whole family together and makes you think, okay, yeah, I know you're crazy, but I need you in my life. So, but Kashvi, this is not your debut film, but it is your grand welcome into the entertainment industry. So, what I wanted to ask was, what went into the ideation of Sardar Ka Grandson? And it's such a complex story because, as I understand it, it's been penned by you, Anuja Chauhan, and Amitosh Nagpal. So, three genius minds coming together and making this brilliant, brilliant film, which has been acted to finish by Arjun Kapoor and Rakul Preet Singh. I mean, it's wonderful. So just tell me how the whole idea of the story came to you.
The story actually came from Madhu and Nikhil, Monisha and Nikhil, those the producers of the film. They read an article about in New York Times about a builder who basically took a house from Kerala to Manesar, but he kind of rebuilt it brick by brick. And taking that thought in our head, we kind of Googled, like Amrik does, and we came across the process of structural relocation. And the image of a house on top of a truck, I mean, cannot leave your eyes. So it kind of
Yeah.
stayed with us for at least overnight. And the next day, Nikhil came up with the idea of partition, because again, they are children of, in the sense, their grandparents had left since during partition, so they've grown up hearing those stories. And Nikhil said the biggest displacement that happens for a house in our times is partition. And
Yeah.
taking that into account, and reading about partition stories, and the one thing everybody kind of echoed was going back to the land to see that house. Whether they were children when they left it, whether they were young adults when they left it, but they just wanted to go back to see that house. And that emotion also is something that I think translates to all of us to some extent, because everybody who has probably left their childhood home or has their grandparents' home, except like I do, I have my grandparents' home that no longer is our home. And that attachment, that fondness and those memories you have with that house can never probably be taken away. And just putting all these, amalgamation of things together, we realize that we have a story to tell, and it's an emotional story. Like you said, it is more about emotion, and you put the madcap of the characters and the quirkiness of people who we've seen in our lives. You take from everybody that you see, and you build these beautiful characters, and you create this world where thankfully, after hearing the script and all of it, everybody came on board really easily and very happily, saying that, oh God, okay, we can make this happen. And I think we found characters, character traits in each one of our actors to some extent. Whether it's Amrik being, I'm telling you, half the one lines in the film come from Arjun Kapoor, because that's what he did on set. Rakul is a walking, talking Radha Lakshmi. Neena ji is exactly like Sardar is to some extent. She's Mufar. She says what she wants. She enjoys being all those things. And just to get everybody together eventually, because we knew what we wanted to say and we knew how we wanted it to look and all of it. So eventually, I think all of it just came together, thankfully, quite seamlessly. And we had this film.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. The way you explained how moving houses and partition kind of weaves this whole narrative together. But Arjun and Rakul, what were your first reactions to hearing the story? Because it must have touched some personal root and some personal nerve, I guess, because it is talking about one of history's most impactful events. And we are all connected to it in some way or the other. So what were your first reactions to listening to the story?
Precisely what you just said. It was exactly like that. It is personal. To do the film also was a personal choice, because I have grown up with my grandparents pampering me, taking care of me, spoiling me silly, telling me stories, and making my life a fairy tale when I was growing up. And I think that is what drew me to doing Sardar Ka Grandson. At that point, I could remember each of my grandparents fleetingly through the entire narration, whether it is my grandfather's love for whiskey, my nani's boisterous nature of firing people at will, my dadi's love for food, or my nana's love for the fact that he was such an introvert, but he could flaunt his emotions at the drop of a hat when he became emotional by me. So I could connect to all those facets, and that's what made me say yes. Honestly, I didn't doubt the logic of what Kashvi was trying to achieve, because she seemed like a very thorough person, and in my first meeting also, she didn't seem frivolous. It was not. What I appreciate about the script is it didn't come without logic. It didn't come without answering questions that they must have asked. They came with a lot of research. They came with a representation of what the imagination needs to be. So it wasn't like I was randomly saying, yeah, aise hona chahiye. They were like, हाँ, ऐसे भी कर सकते. They were very clear. So the emotion stuck with me, and the story then followed suit.
And like Arjun mentioned, that yes, it is a personal, emotional connect. So I remember when Kashvi narrated it to me. So both my grandparents, my mother's and my father's side, are actually they had come from Pakistan during partition, and I've grown up listening to a lot of stories, especially my grandfather, who was 12 or 13 years old when they came, and he always had this wish that he wanted to go back and visit. but unfortunately we couldn't take him because my dad was serving in the Indian Army, and it was just difficult. And there was also a time that we almost sort of, when the Samjhauta Express started, thought, okay, let's try to take him, but things didn't fall through. And then he grew a little old. By the time dad could take him, he grew older and we couldn't. So when I heard the script, for the first reaction was, oh my God, this is the story of my house. And I've grown up listening to stories. Oh, my school was like this, and there used to be a sweet shop like this, and there used to be a park like this, all those stories. And I really emotionally connected with it. So the first instant was, I wanna be a part of something which possibly would sort of be a story of so many other households, and if we can bring a smile on their faces. And for sure, I mean, I think most of the part of North India has some or the other history to partition, some relation to partition. So yeah, that was the first reason as to why I thought I have to be a part of the script, because I emotionally connected with it.
And I'm pretty sure the whole of India will also emotionally connect with it, because, as I said, partition is a big part of our lives, and putting it in the story so beautifully, and it made me tear up so much, because, as Rakul said, even my grandparents, they came from Bangladesh, so erstwhile Bengal,
East Pakistan.
Yeah, East Pakistan, and now Bangladesh. So somewhere even I connected to the stories, and I connected to how they crossed over to India, which is now their home. And so what I wanted to ask was, Bollywood has churned out many stories revolving around NRI characters. This is probably the first time that an NRI is actually seen to want to try to, connect to his roots. So was this one of the tropes that attracted you to Amrik, Arjun?
Listen, I've never looked at Amrik as an NRI. You know what I'm saying? I've looked at him as a boy he's running away. He was lost. He's confused. He's somebody who's run away from his problems and taken refuge in a part of a world that doesn't remind him of mistakes or problems. It happens to be that it actually turns out to be a blessing in disguise that he ran away, because agar wo NRI nahi hota, he wouldn't have been able to go across the border that easily. So whatever happens for a reason, and that's a nice touch that is there in the film, which I can take a little bit of credit for, to remind Kashvi that we must underline the NRI part in the film. So I will take utmost credit now that you're asking me, because it always existed, but it was never spoken of. The intent was there, but I said, let's underline it. Ki aap to NRI ho. So I was like, yeah, we must underline this, ki main NRI hu. Because like you said, it's interesting to see a guy come back without a plan. It's not like he left from there with a plan, but once he comes here, he manages to use his biggest escape as his biggest strength eventually. So aapko kuch nahi pata as a human being, sometimes you've done something, it helps you at a time like this.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what happens. So I don't think it's so much about being an NRI. It's just about a man making a choice then, because his intent is pure right now. Even a choice that he made to run away helps him to fulfill something. So वो कहते हैं ना, पता नहीं कोई experience कब कहाँ काम आ जाए बेटा, you hear your parents and grandparents and रिश्तेदार बोलते हैं ना, everything is good, पिक्चर नहीं भी चलती तो उसका कुछ मिलेगा, तुम्हें फल मिलेगा आगे चल के, या वही relationship sort out नहीं हुई, इसका भी फल मिलेगा. तो कहीं ना कहीं अमरीक का वो फल है कि वो भागा था because वो निराश था. So when he comes back, he gets the fruit of running away, perhaps, but it ties in together nicely.
Yeah. And as you said, it did not feel as though you were an NRI, although the NRI factor was really put into it. I mean, Sardar calling you Amrik from Amrika, and you calling Sardar from Lahore. I mean, it was there funnily like an anecdote, but it wasn't really put into your personality so much, which was really, the characters were fleshed out really well in that case. And talking about characters, Rakul, even though the story does not revolve around you particularly, you have a very strong presence on screen, which I loved. As a woman, I love.
Right.
And this comes from your character being someone who does not have a borrowed personality. So how did you kind of flesh out Radha with, table discussions with your co-actor Arjun and Kashvi?
I think I didn't have to flesh out Radha too much, because when Kashvi narrated Radha to me, I have a lot of similarities
We
with
also took a
Radha's
lot
character.
of we took a lot of Rakul into Radha.
Ah, okay.
So though I would hate to say that I'm so much OCD, but then yes, I am. I am like a walking, talking timetable. I like things to be done properly. I have very little tolerance for somebody who can't do their own job correctly. So I'm
Mhm.
otherwise a very patient person, but I'm very little tolerance for being means someone's just so laid back with their own work. So I think a lot of those things I could relate to with Radha's character, and she's, I think, a woman of today. I think each one of us would, say or call out for shit, or just say what we want to say, right? Today,
Yeah.
that's how we are conditioned. So yeah, I think table discussions were mostly about Kashvi saying that Radha is Rakul, and I would say, okay, not so much of an OCD, but maybe a little bit here and there. But yeah, and I like Radha's character. I think, even though she is very particular about things, she's also emotional to an extent, and she also understands Amrik, even though Amrik doesn't have to complete necessarily everything that he has to say, and she understands him. So I think it's a very mature arc of her character that's been shown in the film.
Yes, absolutely. And it's very important that women not be shown as one typecast, or, not be shown as having only one kind of a personality, but actually as a human being who walks, talks exactly as any real person does. And I think Radha personifies today's women, as you said, and she prioritizes work. Of course, she prioritizes work because work is God right now. But it's just
Yes.
so wonderful to watch a woman who is like you. And I could relate so much to Radha. I loved her. And Rakul
Thank
did
you.
a brilliant job bringing her alive on screen.
Thank you.
And lastly, what I wanted to ask was, even though the film talks about partition, there are two sides of the story. And while Arjun, your character kind of becomes the side rooted in the present, and John Abrams' character kind of becomes the narrative of the past, Neena Gupta's and Aditi Rao's, character are the two sides of the bridge that connects this narrative. So was this a conscious choice to kind of keep the subject of partition still alive in the memories and still relevant for young Indians today who will watch it on Netflix, which is kind of a platform for, that is used by young people mostly.
So I think when you write films, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kash, when you write a film, you're not thinking about the final product of the audience to begin with. You're thinking of the best way to tell the story. What I like about our film is it is unique. It's a very simple story, but told in as unique a fashion as realistically possible. You have a relationship that breaks up to start a film. That is very new by Hindi film standards. Normally, you have
Yeah.
people falling in love by the end of the film. You don't see breakups. Here, you see a relationship coming to an end in the first
Mm.
7 minutes of a film, and then to be able to see the angst and the personal anguish that a 90-year-old woman is feeling. You've used the troupe of two fantastic actors that give screen presence to the emotional beat that took place that led to her having to leave her house, and you get to
Mm.
see the house back then. So you see the house is a very important character along with Aditi, John, Neena ma'am, me, Rakul, all of us. Eventually that house needs to be presented to you as as a character. There has to be certain amount of humanizing of that visual, and for that you
Mhm.
need to go into the past. You can't just show a wide shot. You have to go inside the house. अब आप घर के अंदर जाओगे तो आप क्या दिखाओगे? आपको एक relationship दिखानी पड़ेगी, because घर बनता है यादगार किस चीजों से? Memories. So you have to show a beat or two of memories. You also have the underlining of champion cycle कहाँ से बनी. She uses the cycle at a crucial juncture. There is a workshop inside it. So I think it was not about the youth watching the film on a particular platform or on the big screen. It was more about underlining certain very important facets of the story. Therefore, today, it works out. It's almost like Amrik being an NRI and it works out. I think what the writers wrote so nicely with the purity of intent to showcase the house actually allows now the young audience or the common man watching who might have not got so many, like मेरे पास कहानी है Rakul के पास है because we are Punjabis. A person may be sitting in Gwalior might not have the same story, but he or she watching it with their family will be able to see the visual and understand यार उस समय पे ये हुआ था. अच्छा लोग सोचो ग्वालियर इस वक्त अगर बढ़ जाए और कोई हमको बोले कि घर छोड़ के जाना है यार कैसे, it makes you co-relate. So yeah, that is a byproduct of, I think, the honesty of the writing. It is not inherently written in the thing ki let's get people's attention. And also see, we made the film 2019. It was not, it was that time OTT was not something that was being spoken about the way it is today. We started
Yeah.
shooting for this film November 2015, November 2019. Very different world. Kashvi and the writers were ahead of their times. Times were different. It's easy to say that almost 2 years down the line. No, times were different. But जो होता है उससे आप कहीं ना कहीं you realize, okay, जो हुआ, हमने जो film बनाई, at least now when it's coming, it was not made with the intent you're saying, but perhaps that is the destiny of this film, to just remind people of what people went through at a time like that, and humanize the entire thing rather than just making a chapter in a text.
Yeah, true. Rakul and Kashvi, your 2 pennies.
I
I
put
think
7-8 pennies. They don't need to put.
I think,
Yeah, I
मैंने
think-
बहुत ज़्यादा pennies डाल
I
दिए.
think,
Please.
go ahead, Kashvi.
no, he said everything I want to say. No, but he truly has. He's kind of put it all right there. I mean, when you write, you really write for the purity of what you're trying to say. It's not about thinking about who the audience is or who's going to relate to it. And to some extent, what we've also tried to do is, if you see in the flashback when they're building the house, that could be you and your boyfriend today building your house in the same fashion, in a way, putting your house together. And we've tried to make sure that we've kept every moment that they had as real as it is in today's day and age. Because at the end of the day, love is the same everywhere, or same even across timelines for that matter. And that's why we've also kept, like, Sardar's character is inherently the mad woman that she was when she was 19, and she is when she's 92 as well. So, you've kept that one thread has to be there to hold the film together, and especially the house, which is very truly said. If you are not going to connect, that house is a character in itself. So if you're not going to be able to connect to that character to say that, shit, if I had a house like this, I would also probably want that back. And here she's living in this modern house with, the whole family and everything, but her heart is still yearning for that small little house that she has created because she's built it with her own hands, and those memories are attached to it. So I think that purity of that was what kind of got us to write it the way we have.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And Rakul, last opinion, yours.
I was just going to say that, see, they have said so many things, so probably you can ask me another question. What do I add to this? All the pennies are thrown. What do I add to this? But if you still want me to, I'll agree to both of them that when you want people to believe in a story, you have to create the world in that film of 2 hours, brick by brick. They have to travel with the emotion. So if the main character is of Sardar and why Sardar is feeling a certain way, you have to give them an insight into what her life was and what her emotional journey was for them to be able to feel her pain and connect with Amrik's character and his journey then. So I think it's very important to sort of introduce, that's why the past has been introduced the way it has been, and keep all characters moving so that you buy into the world and you travel, you feel that you're a part of that world. And and I think that's why Kashvi has done such a lovely job that she has done.
No, I just remembered, before you sign off, I just remembered the house is such a real thing for me. By the time I shot with the house in front of me and I had to enter the house, Rishira, for the first time, Indians have this habit, you touch, it's like the house became the mandir that he's worked towards. So it's not written in the film and it was never spoken between me and Kashvi. Before entering, मैंने चौखट को ऐसे मैंने permissionly, I put my hand on the chaukhat and I put it on my head and my heart, and then I entered. So it's normally something जब आप भगवान को छूते हो या you take, it's like because that house was created in the film with so much of authenticity. तो वो आशीर्वाद लेके ही अंदर घुस पाया. अच्छा, दरवाजा खुला तो घर अंदर था नहीं, but मेरी feeling ऐसी थी कि it went like that, and that is what I think, that is what the nice part about this film's writing was, that house was special. That it was not about partition anything. वो घर अपने आप में, किसी का भी घर स्पेशल हो जाता है. तो मुझे याद है वो चौखट पे जो मैंने आशीर्वाद लिया, what do you call it यार, वो जब आप माथा टेक मैंने अपने आप कर दिया था. तो it just shows it goes beyond borders and religion and regions and all. It eventually becomes, you care about that character or that thing that matters so much.
Right now, I don't have words to express how I feel, because I literally got goosebumps when you started talking about the house and the character and how it is a character in itself, because I hadn't thought about that, but now I'll rewatch the film and I will think of it as a character, and that just brings so many perspectives in mind. And wow, thank you so much for giving me that insight, and thank you so much for joining me in this interview. I loved having this conversation with you because you guys were so brilliant. I just loved your answers, and I just want to wish you all the best, and I congratulate you on making such a heartwarming film. By the end of it, when Sardar enters the house, and okay, I will not spoil it, but it's just it was just wonderful. I just loved it, and I hope the world all over loves it, loves your film, and gives it the love it deserves. Thank you so much for joining me in this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.